Hey, I'm David Dang. Welcome to my channel. In the last episode, I talked about the importance of having an audience. If you haven't watched it, then I'll leave the link below in the caption, so make sure to go watch that video. Anyway, you might ask yourself, why build an audience when I can use paid ads for driving traffic? Let me tell you this, one of the first businesses I started online was dropshipping, and I would send paid traffic to the product page, but I found that barely any converted. I ended up losing money, and for someone who didn't have a lot of money to throw in ads and do testing, it was not a viable option for me. Even if I did have the budget, I would be throwing money down the drain for nothing because I didn't have the necessary skills to convert cold traffic into buyers. It is proven that most sales happen in the 5th to 12th interaction with the prospects, sometimes more for a higher ticket offer. And many of us will send completely cold traffic, people who have never heard of our brand before or what we have to offer, and they have no clue who we are. And the first thing we do is ask for their money. Only a tiny percentage of people will convert given you have a decent offer and the traffic is highly targeted. But in most cases, it won't be profitable, especially if you don't have much experience in sales and persuasion. You'll be lucky if you break even. If you're a master at sales and persuasion with a strong credibility and brand recognition, then yes, running ads can be very profitable for you without building a relationship with your audience. However, that's not the case with most of us. I later learned that in order for someone to purchase from you, these things need to happen. First, your prospects need to be aware of their problem. Second, they need to be aware of the solutions. Third, you need to build the desire to solve that problem. Fourth, you need to build trust, reciprocity, and authority that you can deliver that solution. Fifth, you need to help them find your solution as the answer. Sixth, you need to help them trust themselves and move past any barrier to act. And seventh, you need to create a sense of urgency to push those who are slow to act. The mistake I made is that I tried to do all of these at once on the first encounter. Given I have actually done my targeting right to get those who are aware of their problem and are seeking for a solution, I still failed to build the desire, authority, trust, and urgency for people to take action. There are many reasons why people don't buy on the first encounter, and everyone is different. Some need more time, some need more trust, and often people don't fully understand the problem, your solution to fix it, how it works, or they just don't believe that they can do it. To you, your product or service is a no-brainer. You understand the value exactly and what it can do for them if they purchase. But your customers are not you. They think differently at different points in time. So before you ask for the sale, people need to be pre-framed and already sold on your solution without knowing what the offer is. You presenting the offer is just to finalize everything and get them to commit. Pre-framing here is not manipulating. You're not tricking somebody into buying something that they don't need. What it means is that you amplify a desire that they already have and break down any false beliefs they might have about your solution or their own ability to accomplish the goal. While doing that, you're also building trust and a relationship with that person. So when you ask for the sale, they know the value you can bring and what they can expect. As a result, they will purchase. As you can see, it's not easy to do all of those things with only pay advertising. If you don't know what you're doing, you lose lots of money into ads. Therefore, it's very important for you to build an audience of those who follow and pay attention to what you say. You now have a way to connect with them and deliver your free content to build a relationship instead of a one-time message from your pay ad that people will forget 5 seconds after seeing it. You can build an audience for free through email, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. And when done properly, the thing is this, the audience actually gets a better experience with you. No more shouting from the rooftops to buy, buy, buy. You're now leading with free value. And seeing they're following you, they look forward to see your content. Therefore, you have more time to indoctrinate your followers to show them the value of your product or service without being salesy, and they will more likely to purchase. In turn, it will lower advertising costs, it gives you higher return on investment, and more conversions at point of sale. Having an audience is the secret weapon to profitably generate sales online. There are lots of ways to create additional income if you have an audience who follow and listen to what you say. It's the same concept to those who do affiliate marketing and don't want to rely on pay ads. Affiliate marketing simply means that you sell other people products and receive a commission for it. The beauty with that is, once you have a targeted audience, you just simply find the right product and sell it to them. Your job is easy if you have selected the right niche with proven buyers. The key thing here is to build trust and credibility with your audience. You can help them by recommending useful products that would solve their problems and at the same time receive commissions for it. When I started my Instagram page, Entrepreneurship Facts, I had no clue of what to sell. I just know that when I have an audience, I can figure out what product to sell later. And sure enough, there are plenty of good products out there that my audience needs. And I get paid for recommending them what they need. It's a win-win situation. The best part is the commission is 100% profit, since I didn't have to spend anything on ads. If you don't already know, Facebook doesn't really like affiliate links, and they're very strict on how you present your sale message. If they don't like certain things in your sale copy, images, or landing page, they will not approve your ad. Very often, they're very vague on what you need to change. It's really frustrating to keep changing your ad and tweak things to be compliant with the advertising policy. Since I have my own audience on Instagram, I have more flexibility. Of course, I will still have to be compliant with the law and the general terms of use on Instagram, but it's much more flexible than using paid advertising. If your product is not ready for sale yet, you're in the process of creating it and wondering whether or not you should start building an audience now or wait until later, then my answer is you should definitely start building your audience now before your product launch. Many entrepreneurs like to create the product first and then go looking for an audience. In fact, it's really risky if you do it that way. There are two problems with building a product without an audience. First, it most likely you will end up with a product that doesn't exactly meet your potential audience needs. All that time spent on product development can easily be wasted. The biggest risk you will face as an entrepreneur is building something that nobody actually wants. And even if you do create something people want, it's not as if they're going to magically show up at your door and ready to purchase. Yes, some companies get lucky with viral word of mouth, but often this has to be engineered. So because you build a great product, that doesn't mean you can skip over the marketing part. You either have to build an audience with content marketing, or you need a deep pocket to do paid advertising. So if you don't have a lot of money to throw around, then it would be a wise move to build an audience around the product you're trying to build to see if people are interested. If people aren't interested in following you with the pre-framed content around your product, then they're most likely not going to buy either. Here's what having an audience will do to you when you're creating your product. First, it establishes a group of qualified buyers that can eventually be sold to. Second, the audience acts as a test group, providing feedback and helping to achieve better product market fit. Having an audience establishes credibility and expertise in a field, validating work to outsiders when it's launched. Fourth, in many instances, it's less costly and resource intensive to build an audience first, and you can find out if people want the product or not before wasting money on developing it. There you have it. Those are the main reasons why you need to build an audience instead of relying on paid advertising, especially if you don't have a lot of money to invest. If you have found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button below for more awesome content coming. I'm David Dang. Thank you for watching and see you next time.